Hey, this is Horner, and this is the Crayon Rock Cycle. It's an activity to help students see the difference between the different processes that occur in the rock cycle and how they form each one of the different types of rock. In the first part, you need to gather your materials, just need some crayons. So I went to Walmart and bought some inexpensive crayons. You'll need a butter knife. You'll also need a bowl for water, hot water, and then a piece or two of aluminum foil. First step is to go ahead and take the wrapping off the outside of the crayon. And so now that you have the crayon, you can go ahead and take some shavings from that crayon. In fact, it's probably a good idea to get as many shavings as you can and use different colors. Here I've got red, yellow, and blue. When you're done getting all your shavings, you want to put all those into a nice little neat pile. So I did that with the aluminum foil. And then I folded the aluminum foil over it and then applied pressure. So when you apply pressure, you end up making a nice representation of a sedimentary rock. And you can see all the different parts, and it is somewhat fragile. The next part to this lab is to go ahead and make an aluminum foil boat. So I started with just a piece of aluminum foil that I folded up on the edges, folded it a little bit more, and then I placed my sedimentary rock sample down on the inside. Once you set that on the inside, you'll want to get some hot water, put it in a bowl, and then set the boat on the inside of the hot water. This will conduct heat through the metal, and then that'll transfer to the crayon. You can kind of see how it's melted. You don't want to melt it all the way, you just want to melt it enough that when you pull it out, it should form a very nice representation of a metamorphic rock. This is the other side of that. Once we're done with part 4, part 5 is to put it back into that hot water again, and this time you'll notice that you'll want it to go ahead and melt all the way down. You can even stir it a little bit. That'll represent some of the motion that might happen as that rock is turning into a molten form like lava. Once you let it cool, you end up with a really cool igneous rock, and you can kind of see this here, and you can also see it here. And that is the lab from beginning to end. Here's our shavings again, and then here is the final igneous rock representation that you end up with. And that's the end of the lab.